Hello, hello. Welcome to I Jump Instead. Welcome to Thursday's 30-minute rebounder workout. I am Trophy Sally. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to do what we always do in on this channel in these classes, which we are going to go through a 30-minute routine of stretching and strengthening the entire body inside and out. And we like to do it at a fun, sustainable, easy pace so that we notice that we really enjoy jumping, we stay consistent, and we get the full benefits that rebounding has to offer. Because the more consistent we are, the more adapted we stay to jumping, and then we really keep that looseness and that strength in our bodies. Jumping is so fun, so accessible to all of us, so sustainable, and so we really want to make sure that we keep it easy and fun when we jump. And then as we build up our fitness, of course, we can level up in our intensity and training. But on a foundational level, these classes are perfect to do daily. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm on my Cellar Sizer Rebounder today, the rebounder that I started on when I started my jumping journey. And it has proven to last for many years and seems like it will last a lifetime, and because it hasn't changed a bit. The bounce is still strong and the whole frame is sturdy, and I just love this rebounder. And so I recommend it. I have it linked in my description, but that's just in case you are looking to change your rebounder. And so we also give an awesome discount on this rebounder if you use code IJumpInstead. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm so glad that you are here, all of you that are returning jump stars, and I'm also glad that you're here if you are a new jump star jumping into this class with me today. There's so much that we teach you on this channel about rebounding. My twin sister and I, we do approach rebounding in a fun, unique way, and so we want to teach you that everything that we have learned. So getting into these classes daily will definitely keep you up to date with everything that we've already learned and also that we are continuing to learn, because it's a never-ending journey of exploration and fun. And so we hope to see you here consistently and daily. Let's go ahead and close our mouths. We're nose breathing. That is the most efficient way to breathe because it increases oxygen uptake and also keeps our mouth in good mouth posture. So let's go ahead and close the jaw. Sometimes I like to tighten my lips too, because that actually can help me put a little bit of a contraction in my jaw muscles, just like how we like to hold our core strong. And so then this helps support the neck, just like holding our core strong supports the back. And then I relax my shoulders, stand up tall. I use my handlebar so I can stand up even taller. If I didn't have my handlebar, I would notice that I would be leaning forward. So this helps perk me up. And then we start with humming to slow our breath down and to bring our mind into our breath. So let's inhale and hum. I want you to go as long as you can in your exhale. And then take a big satisfying breath in. One more. Perfect. Now my bounce speed might be different than yours. Just work with your rebounder bounce because it's all about coordinating with your up and down motion to stretch and strengthen your entire body. So let's go ahead and do our Tai Chi twists. So I like to just get myself bouncing very naturally and easy. And then I like to keep my head facing forward and let my arms swing gently around. And I also like to put a little firmness in my core and even in my back. So again, if we pull in a little bit of contraction into our body, it helps us to stabilize and also helps us to add more resistance to our muscles so that we can build up those muscles at a quicker pace. Rebounding is also amazing for just relaxed jumping, which is why rebounding is so versatile. We can jump for exercise and for energizing, but then at night we can jump for relaxation and to just get us ready for bed. Perfect, and because we're keeping our head forward, give yourself a little bit of a lean in your head to stretch through your neck. One more time, gently lean, staying nice and balanced. And then let's bring our hands down. Now we're gonna go up and down. Here we go, reaching up, and now bring that sense of firmness into your back and core. And if you wanna keep your hand on the handlebar, that's fantastic as well. I want you in a bounce that's so minimal that you can't feel safe to let go. So even if you were to just baby bounce, stay balanced here and build up your strength. Now stay firm. Stretch through your wrists and elbows all the way up, and then keep your shoulders down when you reach up. Keep your chin parallel to the floor and your breath calm. Excellent. Keep those fingers nice and open. One more time. And down. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do some forward back hip thrusting. So it's just easy breezy forward back. And I also want you to hold your pelvic floor in. If you can multitask with me here, this just helps to stabilize. I also notice that I lean more into the balls of my feet with this movement. And then I hold my pelvic floor in, which is the sensation of holding in the bladder. And then I stay more on the balls of my feet and I just easy rock back and forth, keeping that core strong so that each time I lengthen my core because I'm holding it in firm, and then that helps it to get a little extra stretch. And then I bring it forward and this loosens up my lower back. Now let's go ahead and do side to side. So your bounce speed will change with different moves that we do. You have to work with what feels best for the move that you're doing. So stay open to moving your bounce speed. Here again, the balls of my feet are staying connected, but my heels are bobbing. I do like to have one hand on the handlebar with this movement, but letting go with both hands is optional. So with one hand, I like to swing back and stretch through my lats right up here, and then keep my core firm again. Your core contracts naturally, but just pay attention to how strong your core feels so that you're feeling nice and upright and balanced. And then your knees are loose, your heels are bobbing, your heels are moving. Then we can go ahead and switch sides. Again, your bounce speed might be different than mine. That's fine. You just work with your up and down. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and relax. And I am going to have us do a hunch forward while we bob our legs, our lower body, and we pull our shoulders forward and down. And get a nice stretch, and then we're gonna roll our shoulders up and back and forward again, up and back and forward. One more time, up and back and down, and relax. Let's put our hands into prayer position. Again, you can bring your bounce all the way to a stop if you want, but I do want you to do your best here to balance. Then we're gonna open our fingers and roll the wrists around. Now feel your wrists, give your wrists your attention. Play the piano with your fingers. And think about how much your wrists do for you on a day-to-day basis. Now let's go ahead and roll them the other way and really do this with precision. Perfect. Let's go ahead and push our hands in prayer position, and then we're gonna point our hands forward. Keep those wrists together, and then point your prayer towards you. Perfect. One more time forward, and then we'll go ahead and let go. Let's go ahead and do some hip twists here so we can start to stretch and strengthen into the hips and quads, ankles, and calves. So just gentle knee points. You can add mid bounces if you want to stay in routine or rhythm with me. 1, 2, 3 mid bounces, or just one mid bounce. And then really spread your toes apart every time you come up on the ball of your foot so that you activate your full calf from the big toe all the way to the pinky, which translates up to both sides of your calves, and then through your ankles. And then you're also stretching deeply into your hips, and you're stretching through your quad muscle. Your core can be nice and strong here. You've got your handlebar keeping you upright. Your back is feeling strong. Perfect. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and bounce normally, but we're gonna point our toes out, and we're gonna lower our bounce, and we're gonna give our glutes a squeeze, and then we're gonna stand up tall, maybe lean slightly back, and then we're gonna emphasize the pump into our heels while we squeeze our buns, and just give ourselves a little glute squeeze tuck. So you see how my legs are leaning a little bit forward? It's just a lean into my glutes tucked. My upper back is aligned over my heels, and I have my handlebar, and then I squeeze for 10, 9, 8. If you need a rest, just let go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're gonna go ahead and stop and just do some quick rainbow hips. So stretch deeply into your hip on one side, flat foot, and then come up onto the balls of your feet and drop down on the other heel. Stretching through the other ankle, all the way through. Come up, and this side again, and up, and stretch. And then you can incorporate your head and neck into it. Again, we work the full body, the foundation of the full body in these classes. I know a lot of times we think heart rate, heart rate, heart rate, but our joint health is so incredibly important, and we're here to make our joints the strongest and healthiest that they can possibly be so you can soar in your health and your fitness journey. One more, and then bounce. Recovery, 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 with just relaxed bouncing. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and do some more heart rate, a little bit more cardio. And so we're gonna do some jumping jacks, and you're welcome to modify these jumping jacks as needed. So at the very easiest, we're gonna keep our feet planted. We're gonna bring one hand up, and then we're gonna pump up with the jumping jack hand. We even could do 2 bounces up and down, up and down. And then at the most advanced, we're gonna come all the way up to the full jumping jack, hopping with the legs, really extending through the back and pumping up with flat palms. So find your groove. We're nose breathing. We're keeping that jaw posture. And even if you're just doing one hand with me here, I want you to feel your strong upper back and core, keeping you stable right down the center of your mat while you work your shoulder. So spread those fingers apart and pump that wrist up. 4, 3, excellent. And 2, if you're doing both hands, keep going. We're gonna go ahead and switch. So you're really getting the full meal deal here. If you're going double time, stay right down the center of your mat, working your symmetry in your body. Keeping your breath calm, your eyes are relaxed, but you're nice and poised. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're gonna stretch out, stretching through our shoulders and through the elbows and wrists. And again, you can keep your feet connected and you can do 2 bounces in each position. Open those fingers and keep your arm in a straight line back and forth and keep your arm strong. That little contraction internally, feeling firmness through your back as well. Excellent. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Let's go ahead and switch. So the full meal deal here, working both arms. Feel that lengthening through your shoulders, staying nice and aligned in the middle of your mat. Sometimes too, I notice that I give my lips that little tight push so that I put a little flex in my face and support my neck. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're gonna reach down and we're gonna extend the tricep and the bicep. So you can do both hands here. Keep your arms tight into your sides for the most part so that you have the most stability with the lengthening. Otherwise, you can do one hand at a time, still keeping it tight, still keeping it firm, and feeling the lengthening through your bicep and tricep. Wide fingers. Again, you can do the tight lips. So keep going here. I'll just show you what I mean by tight lips. So I'm just putting a little tightness here, which supports the neck, upper spine, full spine is in support, strong core. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, and switch. Perfect. Feel the extension through the shoulder, through the bicep, tricep, elbow, wrist. Feels so good. Let's go 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1, and relax. Just relax your full body. Give your shoulders a little lift up and down just to loosen it up. You're welcome to do some trophy twisting with me where your arms are swinging here and your feet are sliding back and forth. This time, your heels are sliding back and forth rather than your knees pointing. So keep your feet together and just twist gently. If you're doing one arm at a time, you can go ahead and switch anytime. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and relax. It's time to do some squatting, a move we love to do every single day so that we really have that foundational squatting health. And so I want us to just get into some squatting where we keep our feet planted and we pay attention to the bottoms of our feet. Because when we push up, if we think about the bottoms of our feet, that translates up through our glutes, through our quads, through our whole lower body, even up to the core. So feel that flat bottom pushing up. I did see a comment come in recently. What's an alternative for squats in case we do have sore knees? What I want you to do is I want you to lean back and forth, pushing into one leg at a time to begin strengthening your knees. And then you can eventually start to squat a little bit, see how your knees are feeling, and you can rock back and forth, just like this. So if you're doing squatting with me, 3, 2, 1, and bounce. Let's go ahead and do another glute squeeze. So pull. I like to have about 8 inches between my heels, and then I point my feet out, squeeze the buns. Again, leaning a little bit forward in the hips, aligning myself, and squeezing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Now let's just do a quick one more set of squats. And the squats are up to you, how you do them. Because you could just do little baby squats and you're lubing up your knees and you're strengthening your body, or you can do the full squat down and you could even let go of your handlebar if you wanted to test yourself in that way or strengthen yourself in that way. Another variation of squats that I will go ahead and guide you with is to let go of your handlebar with one hand and reach down. So you're putting a little more weight in one leg at a time, and this will help us strengthen our squatting in our everyday lives in case we're squatting down and we need to reach over and have a little more weight in one leg. So another thing we can practice here with the support of our handlebar. Last two, and one, and bounce. Excellent. While I've got you here and we're feeling strong, let's do some walking. And so we're just gonna walk into our resistance mats, our floating resistance mats that are made for pushing into. You know, jumping is often just something that we think of as jumping only, you know, the rebounder being a floating resistance mat. We just think that that's for jumping, but really it's a resistance mat off the ground, which has, oh my goodness, unlimited opportunity. I know that if personal trainers, fitness enthusiasts around the world knew about the potential and the opportunities we have with a floating resistance mat off of the ground, it would take off in the fitness industry. But I think that it's so associated with just jumping that maybe fitness enthusiasts don't really see its potential. So we're here to bring it to you and bring it to the world because there really is this wonderful opportunity taking a resistance mat and putting it underneath our feet and bringing it up off the ground so that we have space below it to push into it and then jump on it and access the forces of the earth. So let's go ahead and point the feet out. So we're walking gently. If your knees start to feel a little too activated, just straighten up and just rock gently, because we're building you up. We're here to keep you here, keep you consistent, build you up. And you'll notice over time, hey, I'm going longer than I did last time. My knees are feeling really strong. So let's go ahead and bring them back to parallel and then just do a quick pigeon toe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to parallel and bounce recovery. Perfect. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and do some sitting on our floating resistance mat, on our elevated resistance mat surface, flexible surface. Again, another genius way to train our bodies on an elevated surface that we can bounce into, but it's also soft. And we have a handlebar here for all the support we need to train our abs. So let's go ahead. One thing I do like to do though is rock side to side, because it's just so, it's so good for our lower back and for our hips to rock into this flexible surface and feel that stretching happening. And then I like to pull the elbow back and stretch deeply into the back. And notice that I'm going deep into my core as well. And I could even start to dip back even farther. I could let my head lean back a little bit, still aligned with my spine, but now I'm using my neck muscles. I'm keeping my jaw closed. Perfect, last one. And then relax. Now, if you know if you feel good bouncing, go ahead and bounce. Not every rebounder feels the same, so we want to make sure that the rebounder we're bouncing on feels good, and sit bouncing, because we're bringing our center of gravity right down on top of resistance. If the mat is jarring at all, it could be intense on the back. So we just want to take it easy, and holding the handlebar can help because we can lift ourselves up and take some pressure off of our back. We can also put our hands next to us as long as our wrists feel safe. So now that we've gotten that taken care of, we're going to do some sit-ups. So sit-ups are as easy or as challenging as you want to make them. We can just sit back and use our handlebar and lean and lift. We also can stretch out our legs and pull them up with each lean back. Traditional sit-ups here, V-ups. We could also lean back and lift up with each sit-up with straight extended legs, a flex through the quad, and make this as challenging as you desire. There's also the opportunity to rock and then kick the leg up to the side and work the obliques. So I'll just go ahead and show you really quickly, but I am going to turn the rebounder around so that I am modest, and I will also straddle with a rebounder here because I have a narrow handlebar. So what we would do is lift up and pull that leg up, and now we're working oblique and core and side, and then I can just do this and rock back and forth and hit both sides. And you know what? I could even do front leg lifts just like this with a handlebar right between my legs and lift up straight legs. So it's not always about two legs up. You can do one leg at a time. This is actually really fun. If you want to join me here, let's just lean back and lift up and do a pointed leg lift. And go ahead, you don't have to lift your leg up high, just lift it up enough to activate your quad and to activate your core. And if you want to know if your core is activated, take your fingers and put them on your core and see how that feels. And this is just easy. And whose heart rate is going up, right? Perfect. Keep it up. Even if you were just doing a little knee lift, I'd be so proud of you, because leaning back is activating, and then you're working your hip flexors and you're building up your strength. Keep your breath moving. If you're working at a pace that's causing you to hold your breath, you've got to take it back a notch so you can keep the breath moving. Keeping the breath moving keeps you more relaxed. You want to be poised and relaxed. That's the trick. Exercise is supposed to feel good. You know, when you hear runner's high, you know, weightlifting, you get a high from weightlifting. You get high when, I know it's funny to say you get high, when you're feeling good while you're training, and you feel good because you've gotten yourself to that fitness level. When you're pushing past that fitness level because you haven't gotten there yet, and you're trying to work at a higher intensity, you skip the whole feeling high part and you just go right to feeling dread. And then you associate exercise with dread, and then you don't stay consistent. And I promise you, you know, think about yourself 1 month from now, staying consistent because you're working at that fun pace, that fun zone where you are meeting yourself with ease and with love, and where you're exactly where you're at with your flexibility and strength, you know, whether you're just lifting one knee up easy or just leaning back with your feet on the ground. Think of yourself 1 month from now, where you'll be. You'll probably have seen Stephanie and me, I'm trying to think if I said that right, twice. You'll probably see us 6 times a week. You'll probably be so motivated for the next month. You'll be so excited. You'll be telling all your friends about it, and you'll be a whole new person. Okay, we've got 15 more seconds. You're doing so great. We're at such an easy pace. We feel like we can go forever. One more variation here. We can put one hand on the mat behind us while we lean back and have one hand on the handlebar. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so scoosh back and give me some bounces again, and just hold your handlebar and you can lift yourself up. This actually strengthens the arms too, so it's really good. And then of course you can put your hands next to you if you want, and also if you're feeling strong in your back, you don't have to use your handlebar. You can start to bounce normally. And this is why Stephanie and I both emphasize the high quality rebounders, because when you bounce on them, they feel right. You know what I mean? Like you've grown up with a backyard trampoline, right? We're gonna do some lay bouncing, so let's go ahead and get into a lay down position here. And I do have a pillow which I highly recommend. So if you need to go grab a pillow, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, I want you to have a pillow on hand at all times for these classes, because we love to have a pillow while we lay down so that we don't have to worry about our head being on the springs. You're also welcome to lay a towel down too, in case you don't want to put your back directly on your rebounder. So yeah, let's lay down, easy world, and let's get our legs up in the air and invert and relax. And then what we like to do here is do what we can. So if you can bounce, go ahead and bounce for me. Pull your belly button down flat. Keep your head up as long as you can hold the strength in your face muscles and neck. And then bounce. And as soon as you need a break in your neck, then you can drop your head, or you can put your hands behind your head. If you can't bounce, which maybe you've been trying up until for that last 20 seconds you were trying, great job. That little bit of effort that you give me every day will get you lay bouncing eventually. So just keep giving yourself 10, 20 seconds of practice, and then we'll get on to strengthening our abs in a way that we can all do this. So let's do toe taps here. This is a very easy, sustainable way. You could even keep both feet on the ground and just do one leg lifting. And again, your head can be up or it can be relaxed, whether it's on your pillow or in your hands. And then you can also do leg swimming for extra effort. Leg swimming gives you the opportunity to throw a quad flex in your extended leg, which will increase heart rate, increase muscle activation, and then you also can stretch through your calves, your ankles, and your knees, and your hips, and your core. Perfect. If you're bouncing, you can have your feet high, and then over time, as your abs get stronger, you'll notice your feet and your heels start to drop for added leverage. And then you may notice you could drop one foot even more, and you could start bouncing with one foot. And then you could even extend this other leg straight, quad flexed, bouncing with one leg, and then you could bounce with the other leg and switch again. Lots of ways to jump or to bounce, lay bouncing. We can also do twisting, where we just do little heel bobbing side to side. Knees are going side to side like windshield wipers. Boom, boom, boom. And the abs are getting worked all the way through the obliques, and the lower back is also getting nice and relaxed and strengthened. But we need to meet ourselves with where we're at, take this opportunity to progress, and then we will do what we are here to do. Perfect. Let's go 10 more seconds. Pull that belly button down all the way to your rebounder mat, no matter what move you're doing, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Go ahead and drop your feet down and just relax your body. If your hands are behind your head, just relax your head into your hands or into your pillow. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and pop back up. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and ditch the pillow, put it back in my little chair here, and get back up onto the rebounder. And just put myself into this standing vertical position to end class. I like to fully relax the body and just let my body move up and down, and then think about the rest of my day and how I'm going to be feeling absolutely amazing. One of the things that I wanted to mention in this class, just as a little ending conversational note, thank you so much for joining me today, is that in the morning when we wake up, our best bet is to get onto our rebounders first thing and to go looking for soreness in the body. And if you just give yourself a couple minutes of just exploring where you're tight, where you're sore, and you work it out, it will work itself out just by you exploring. You just look for it and you'll be working it out. You will have the best day. You will be preparing yourself for incredible success for your day, at least physically. Because when we wake up, we all sleep differently, right? Some of us have our head this way, that way, our bodies turned this way, that way. Who knows what happens in the night? And so when we get up onto when we wake up and we are motivated to take care of ourselves and put ourselves first and our health first, we need to get on our rebounder and we need to bounce gently, and then we need to start doing the moves that we're learning in these classes, and then start to find those spots and go, oh, there's one. I just found in my back some tightness. And you literally have just worked it out because you found it, right? And then some knee points. Oh, I feel some soreness in my hips. I'm just going to give myself a few of these. You notice after so many of them, the tightness goes away. You're like, wow, that was easy, right? Move your arms up and down, do some twisting. You know, at the very least, I just want up and down, twisting, some neck, and then some hips, and then back, lower back with the forward back. It could be a 1 to 2 minutes. Your whole day will be different. And so then when you get on your rebounder for the 30-minute class, and maybe that's extra. Maybe doing that plus the 30-minute class seems to be, you know, you're already getting to this class. You're already proud of yourself, which I'm so proud of you too. It's just a good thing to start your day by cleansing out any tightness in your body, by working it out gently. And it's just an amazing habit to get into. You could potentially show up for these classes and progress faster because you're getting rid of those cobwebs right when you wake up. You're just like cleaning them out real quick. And then you come into class and you're clean and ready, rather than spending the first 5 minutes cleaning out the cobwebs or the first 10 minutes, right? So just a little thought for you so that you can maximize your potential with jumping and everything that jumping is bringing to your life. And we know that it's bringing you profound benefits because it brought us profound benefits, and we're here to share the message to the world because we know it's too easy to not get all the benefits that rebounding has to offer. Every home should have a rebounder in it. Sometimes we just have to gift the rebounders to our loved ones, and so they have the rebounder in their home. And sometimes it takes 6 months for them to start using it, but as long as they were given that chance, that makes me feel good. But that's not always the case. Sometimes our family members go out of their way to get their own rebounders, and then sometimes they don't want anything to do with it. We get it. We've experienced it for a decade now. And so as long as we're jumping, we can set the example, we can take care of ourselves, and then we can be the best humans on this planet that we can possibly be. And so with that being said, congratulations for getting to class today, for showing up for yourself, and for committing to these classes. We're so happy that you're here jumping instead with us. Go ahead and give the video a like if you liked the video. Don't give it a like if you didn't like it, but I think you liked it because you're here consistently, and that means that you're benefiting and you're feeling good. You can also comment below what your favorite part of today's class was. Is there a move specifically that hits different for you? You know, is there a move where you go, you know what, every time I do that move, I really connect to my trophy body, to the, you know, tightness in my body that I'm working out? Is there a move? Do you like the glute squeeze? Do you like the hip twists? Do you like the lay down? Do you like the sitting abs that we were doing today, the kicking up? Just say, my favorite part was the sitting, or my favorite part was the jumping jacks. My favorite part was the laying down at the end, or the humming at the beginning. You can let me know, and then I know exactly what to bring more of, because if you're loving it, everyone's gonna love it. So, okay, trophies, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for being here. Lots of love from I Jump Instead, and from me, Trophy Sally. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.